Welcome to Oddball History, dipshits.
Filet. I have no opinion on Filet-o-Fish because I haven't had it because it feels gross to me. So I guess that is my opinion.
Downright un-American of you, I'm afraid.
What were we talking about? I zoned out. I was
Filet-o-Fishes.
Oh, Filet-o-Fishes?
You know Filet-o-Fishes?
Nah, if
They're
I'm at
delicious.
McDonald's, I'm doing double cheeseburger.
Yeah, you're alone on this one, Scott. Are you a fan of the Filet-o-Fish?
Yeah, sure.
How often are you eating a Filet-o-Fish?
Once in a blue moon, you know.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it's a good treat. It's a nice fish square. We've discussed
Fish squares. Yeah.
on here before. A delicacy.
I say fish square in my Luby's
They've
bit now.
downsized the fish square on the Filet-o-Fish.
Oh, man, that's how you know the economy's not good.
Dude, they've downsized
Thanks, Biden.
everything.
Yeah, thanks, Biden. Look at this fucking fish square.
Filet-o-Fishes are bullshit now.
I could go on a real Andy Rooney rant about various foods. Wendy's
who's
is
Andy
too
Rooney?
expensive. He's the dead 60 Minutes reporter who his deal was he would go on camera and just complain. He would have old man complaints about stuff.
Do you know what grinds
I
my
remember-
gears?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He would go on and
Wendy's
he
tries to
would
get
be in a
too fancy with like the pretzel buns and it's
Yeah.
like just make a greasy
settle
hamburger.
down,
There's nothing wrong with
assholes.
that. You know?
And also your commercials suck. I
haven't seen a
like
Wendy's
how you
commercial.
treat Matt Leinart. I don't even like Matt Leinart. I don't even like Matt Leinart, but show him a little respect.
It's true. He deserves it.
But they-
Heisman Trophy winner.
Damn straight.
Matt Leinart.
Look, he
Wendy's is serving wedges now, though, which I'm a fan of that. I was talking to someone about this the other day. I really think the world went to shit when KFC stopped serving wedges.
Those were great wedges.
Those
KFC
were
wedges.
fucking great. Now they just
Yeah.
have normal French fries.
It's a goddamn
bullshit
shame.
is what it is.
But the Colonel made a bad war move there. That was not a good decision.
You got to circle the troops up and get potato wedges.
Yeah, we are not getting behind the Colonel
Yeah.
right now, man.
One time, Andy Rooney was in a grocery store, and he was just complaining about how many fruits there were. He was like, "There's too many fruits now." It was like it wasn't
There are too
based
many.
on anything. It was just
Yeah.
him in the grocery store, just being like,
I do get embarrassed sometimes when I don't know ingredients. Like, I went to that place, Cava. Do you guys know what Cava is?
Like a healthy place.
Healthy kind of place where they put everything in a bowl like your dog.
It used to be a different thing.
Zoe's.
Yeah, Zoe's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So now it's Cava, and I walked in, and like there's like a line behind me, so I felt rushed. But I'm like, I'm looking at all this stuff. Like you have to go through like a Subway kind of line.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of pointing at stuff, and I was like, I do not recognize these
Any of
ingredients
this.
at all. It was good, but I don't know if I did it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was. I'm not familiar with these things.
So aside from our fast food foibles,
It's a food.
Also, there are not enough peanuts in Baby Ruths anymore. I don't think I'm alone in this
They've
one.
cut the peanuts down since the economy.
You know what's fucked too is they've left their post as the most peanutty chocolate bar, and Payday was like, you know what, throw some chocolate on our shit. We're gonna step in there.
We're in it.
We're gonna take their whole shit, and they
Yeah.
did. They're like Marlo Stanfield right now in the peanutty chocolate bar game.
it's like
They just
taking out
came
a
on the-
dictator. It's like you create a power vacuum, and Payday is there.
That's
in.
exactly
It's a
what that's
dictatorship.
like.
Yeah.
Payday's the banana republic of chocolatey goodness.
Shout out
Do you like-
chocolatey
do you like
Paydays. They're
peanut
doing
chocolate?
important work.
I like peanut M&Ms. You know, it feels
We're talking about Thanksgiving
feels
stuff,
like you're
but we're
eating
gonna
more of a
get to
meal.
it.
Mr. Good Bar is a god tier candy bar. Mr. Good Bar.
Good Bar is yeah. I don't like peanuts, but Mr. Good Bar is ascends peanuts in a way.
Okay. I don't think I've had a
damn
Mr.
good.
Good Bar in long enough
You
to
guys like
remember.
Rolos? I fucking love Rolos.
Rolos are good.
Rolos are one of my
Rolos are good.
favorite.
What about
things.
Snickers?
Snickers are fine.
Snickers are fine.
Snickers taste like what you think a candy bar
Fine.
is.
Yeah.
I'll take a Crunch over a Snickers.
A Crunch. I haven't had a Crunch in a
Yeah,
long time.
the little Rice Krispie treats in
Ooh.
there.
A Crunch over a Snickers? That's insane.
I'm with them.
That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Y'all have not eaten a lot of candy
Nerd
recently, I
ropes.
can
I
tell.
fucking love nerd ropes.
Y'all don't know
I do.
shit about candy.
I'm a big
Take
taffy
Fives. How about Take Fives?
Take Fives are good.
I don't know what Take
Fives are
Take
solid.
Fives are the best candy bar on the market. You guys don't know shit.
God,
about
I'm hungry
candy,
right now.
man. I am.
Speaking of being
I am
hungry,
appalled at your candy knowledge.
Damn it! I will not
can't
change my
believe-
opinion.
I'm even madder than that than the peanuts now.
speaking of being hungry, this is gonna come.
This the whole time it's just us getting sidetracked by snack talk.
I like how you looked at your notes to say
Yes.
that. Like he
Well-
looks at his notes and goes, "Speaking
On
of being hungry."
today's Oddball History, we're going to be discussing Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving
And
spectacular.
The Thanksgiving Spectacular.
I just thought of that name. Isn't that good?
It's
Can
good.
we edit like pilgrim hats on ourselves?
I'll figure that out.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
I got
We'll
a
do it in
job now.
post.
Yeah, we'll do it in post. That'll be the good thumbnail for. But
A place is gonna burn.
I want the Indian. I want the
Jimmy's
Indian
working.
rap.
okay, Lauren's gonna be the
Yeah.
Indian.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Racist. It's kind of
HR has heard your complaint. You're now the Indian.
Thank you.
But so I think fitting with Oddball History, there's some good weird facts about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there's some good weird stories in the history
Yeah.
of Thanksgiving for sure.
One of my favorites is the actual time it occurs. Is that in 1863, Abraham Lincoln made it official that the last Thursday of November is Thanksgiving, and that ran until like 1939 when FDR tried to change it.
Yeah.
And everyone got real pissed off at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing was, it was
Like
that
not
year.
shoot him in the back of the head pissed, but like fucking
Yeah.
pissed. You know
Real
what I mean?
mad.
Yeah, you're never gonna get put on a train and stood on it
Yeah.
and toured around the country with your dead carcass.
I also like to think of
we have a lot of respect for Abraham Lincoln around here.
World War II was happening in Europe, and it was still a few years before we decided to join. So there's this giant global conflict going on, and in America, we're like, fucking Franksgiving. You're going to try to change.
Infuriating. Actually, a Republican did compare him to Hitler for moving Thanksgiving to a week earlier.
Which is
the
big.
deal was,
Back
it was
then,
the,
you could say that way easier, though. You know what I mean? When
yeah,
Hitler was like
he
so
was a
alive.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, at one point
it
he was doing
carried
great. He'd be
more
like, "This is the
weight.
real Hitler over here" because he's doing great. Like
And then
that.
we hadn't, the secrets of the war had not been publicly known yet.
Yeah.
So you were just a crazy guy in charge.
But was there a time they're like
He
Ameri-
was just a fascist seizing power, is all.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's true.
And and starting a world war. But anyway, FDR couldn't help but notice that year Thanksgiving fell on in 1939 on November the 30th, especially late, and
Yep.
that's leaving only 24 shopping days for Christmas. And he's like, "Look, I already get enough shitty Christmas presents with people having a full month to shop. If I get another fucking fancy pin, I swear to Christ, I'll get us in that world war." You think I need fancy pins?
That probably is how it started.
That's the one thing I don't need is fancy pins.
have
Get
plenty.
me literally anything else than a fancy pin.
But it was
You
literally
fucking
the,
assholes.
the retailers.
That was a direct quote, by the way. I read that in a
Yeah.
book.
But it was literally special interests lobbying the government for things, which has never not been a thing.
Yeah.
And it was all the retailers came together and were like, we got to change the date in this because it's really coming into Christmas time when everyone makes their most money in retail. And so they bumped it back a week, which it's kind of funny because that's how this year lines up.
Yeah.
So the last Thursday is November 30th, but Thanksgiving now, since this, is on the fourth Thursday. So it's the 23rd. And so that year, there were like two Thanksgivings where there was people that were like, we should be in line with the president. And then a group of people that were like, fuck you, Thanksgiving's on the last Thursday.
Sounds like a real divorced
Yeah.
parent situation.
Yes, exactly.
It
Yeah,
really,
that's what it was.
truly was, to the point that that in some states, Texas included, Texas and Colorado, there were two Thanksgivings. So it was straight up divorced parent style because like we celebrated both. Apparently we celebrated both Franksgiving and Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And it was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, so they named it Franksgiving, being all pissy with them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
But it cracks me up, too, that everyone was so mad about this. It reminds me of, like, gay marriage, where everyone was so mad about it, and it's just been that way forever now. It was literally like that one year, everyone was pissed, called it Franksgiving, and then the next year,
Yeah,
it was
and
just
then-
like, it's just the fourth Thursday
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Well, then a war started.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, we were distracted.
yeah, we got a little distracted by things. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay, that's a good angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people had started to accept it more by the time, like I think it was 1941.
Yeah, the
It was
official proposal.
1941, 2/3 of the states were celebrating it, as opposed to less than half, I think, when
Yeah.
he started it.
Was it
So it had
1941?
picked up some steam, and then just to be a dick, FDR was like changing it again. Right when everyone was like, we're getting into this, he was like, change it again. Fuck you guys for not liking my plan in the first place.
Yeah.
The fucking pins. I was serious about. And so, he announced. So before the year is out, they sign into law that Thanksgiving is the fourth Thursday in November.
Which again, it cracks me up in 1941, just like 10 months before we go to war in World War II, we're all arguing about Thanksgiving and the date it falls on.
Yeah.
But
So
the
it's an
government's a
important
big
day.
deal. It's got a lot of stuff on its plate.
got-
Some of it not serious, some of it serious, but
Yeah.
they got to do the job either way.
Oh, yeah, it's funny to think of England. Like I remember reading that book about Churchill, The Splendid and the Vile. Very good.
Oh,
book.
yeah, I read that book.
I recommend it.
I didn't.
Very funny scenes involving Churchill walking around naked all the time. He also would wear silk robes all the time.
Good.
Very funny.
Very
Man,
sexual.
that-
Silk robes and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
hanging dong.
Oh yeah, but I remember how desperate they were, like pleading with the U.S. Like, fucking please, man, we're dying over here. And we're like, we gotta sort out Thanksgiving though before you probably haven't caught up on this, but we have 2 Thanksgivings right now.
No,
and we need to sort that out before
The
we
world
go.
and the country is divided.
Churchill came
The
over
only-
here
but
like
then-
in that limousine with like a guy with a mixtape, and he's like, "Dude, you got to check out our war. You got to check out our
Yeah,
war. Like,
exactly.
you got to. We're really trying to get signed."
Well,
over
this
here.
is
We're
where
really trying to get
Churchill
signed
pulled
over
a gambit. He gifted a fancy pen to anonymously.
And FDR's like, we're going to blow some
He
shit up now.
He was like, I
doing
gotta do a false flag over no. Controversy
Pearl Harbor,
on
false
this
flag. But and then the next one, keeping with presidents of that era and funny Thanksgiving traditions, is Calvin Coolidge, president from
what a great
1923 to
fucking name. What a great name.
1929. Big on persistence, and he
Silent Cal, they called him.
saw Silent Cal. But in
That's kind of his name's Coolidge. Like, don't call him anything else. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
Coolidge.
pretty rad name.
But in 1913, there was a guy, and his name was Horace Vos, and he was the official turkey provider for the White House Thanksgiving ceremony.
Okay,
Done
all right.
his entire life. There, I don't know what the deal was.
Yeah, I was
but
about to say, how did he get that?
this
you
is
know?
like pre-social media.
Birthright.
Pre-social
Birthright,
media. This is, you got to have big brands on board with you.
Yeah.
And being the White House turkey provider was good for business. And after his death, there was kind of a vacuum where farmers wanted to be the one that provided the turkey for the White House dinner. And so people would send odd stuff sometimes,
like turkeys.
like turkeys. However, in 1926, somebody sent them a raccoon for the Thanksgiving dinner, trying to make a pivot on what the main dish was. Could have been Great Depression related, people got to eat.
Yeah, people
Maybe
ate
that was kind of
raccoons
sending a
back
sign,
then.
though. It's like, hey, we're not doing great out here. We're not doing great out here. Things are not good.
Things are not going well.
Yeah.
We're eating raccoons.
Yeah.
But
So should you.
Calvin Coolidge and his wife were like, well, I don't think we're going to eat a raccoon today.
Yeah.
And so they made it like the White House pet.
Yep.
And so
Okay, that's pretty
It
rad.
literally had a little house built for it in the yard. He'd take it on leashed walks
tree.
along the White House.
Christmas that year in 1926.
I love
he
because I
gave
love
it a,
raccoons. Everybody knows I love raccoons, so like I enjoy
I
this.
do know that about you.
Yes.
He was gifted. She was gifted a steel-plated collar with her name Rebecca
was
engraved
Rebecca,
on it.
yeah.
Rebecca was
Rebecca.
the raccoon's
The raccoon's name was Rebecca.
The
Oh,
raccoon
that's
was named
beautiful.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
She lived in a tree. It sounds like I'm starting a poem that's going to rhyme.
Like a child's poem.
But no, yeah, that was the end of that though. I don't have any more. I'm afraid. Yeah, she took a liking to corn muffins in her time in the White House, and her favorite thing, according to First Lady Grace Coolidge, was playing in a partly filled bathtub with a cake of soap. How great is that?
Fantastic.
Imagine this little guy splashing around.
Quite literally good, clean fun.
Good, clean,
Yeah.
fun. All right. And then, they got her a companion at one point, and his name was Reuben the raccoon.
Okay.
So they got another raccoon.
Yeah.
A White House cough was like, your raccoon is lonely. Needs a raccoon. And he went and caught a raccoon. They named it Reuben, and he was a character. He
I wish
always.
somebody would say that about me. Like, look, this guy, we got to get
Yeah,
him a
someone needs to
companion.
catch Lawrence a companion.
Yeah. Bring him out. You know?
Yeah, go to the SPCA. Man.
Oh, that's
Yeah. I'm
this
tired
is
of
a-
splashing around in this half-filled bathtub by my fucking self. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's just because I've been watching a lot of Hallmark Christmas movies.
You have?
I've watched a couple.
Oh, God,
they're
why?
delightful because they're insane.
I'm
they're the
so
craziest
concerned about
thing.
what you
Yeah.
do with your time.
Just a
I've
guy
ever-
in a Carhartt jacket that stayed in their hometown.
I was watching one where a guy was from a time traveler. He had traveled through time.
Hallmark's dipping into multiverse stuff.
And I don't
The multiverse.
Mind you, I'm
I
using
love the idea of a Hallmark multiverse.
I'm using Hallmark as a genre here. I don't know if it was actually Hallmark, but it was about a time traveler. He was from 1903, and then he came to 2020 and like found love, I guess. But there was a very small cast, so like everyone was used in like every scene. It was fucking hilarious.
Just 6 people are in the movie.
Like they never know how to use like cup that like all their cups are empty. Like they're always wildly gesturing with some like with full cups of coffee.
Yeah.
It's all no one cares about their job on this movie.
Somehow they still have CGI steam coming off the coffee.
These movies like they don't try, and I think that's what draws me. I think that's what I like about them. No one's trying.
We were talking
not the
about
writers,
that.
not the actors.
We were talking about that
not the
outside
props.
before the podcast about the writer's strike hating AI stuff. And it's like, hey, maybe AI should take that over. Well, just writing trash holiday movies.
I was watching somebody that they were talking about how like, oh, the writer's strike's over, so now they're going to get back to, making Deadpool 3, Mortal Kombat 2, like,
Yeah.
all these great pieces of cinema that are coming out.
Like a robot could do Law and Order now.
Yeah.
There's enough backlog.
Man, you guys hate writers. Holy shit.
But like I even like I get on. I was talking to Travis about this the other night. It's like I get on Amazon sometimes, and I'll pull up I like movies, so I'll just pull up a random movie and I'll start watching it. And like 5 minutes in, I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Like a
Who's
lot of money
writing
was
this?
spent to make this dream happen for someone.
Yeah, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Anyways, back to Thanksgiving.
So the kind of tradition of having the Thanksgiving turkey, I thought it was funny with the modern tradition started in 1963 by JFK is the pardoning of the turkey.
And that's why they killed him.
Oh wait, no wait.
That's the real reason.
It all starts with a turkey farmer that wanted to.
The turkey lobby was really the ones behind it.
Yeah.
Of just if you show the turkeys an inch of grace, they'll take a mile.
It was a turkey farmer that actually killed JFK.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen around the city that they have all those signs for like JFK was here? Like I guess we're celebrating it or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like our tourist thing.
It's just a weird thing that we promote
I still
it.
laugh of driving through Dallas with my dad as a kid. He'd always like yell over the X's. Like we'd be driving and he'd go boom, boom, and like we'd all get scared and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like that's where, and he'd lean back and like that's where JFK was shot. We're like,
Hell yeah.
cool. So I have also the grassy knoll. Just thinking of it historically as like a famous place, the grassy knoll, you expect it to be more significant. And it is most definitely a patch of grass by a freeway.
Yeah,
It's small, it's all concrete, and it's grass on the
You
side
know what
of the
sucks
road.
too is like whenever you like if the way that car is moving, like he was almost out of downtown. I mean, it was the last.
Yeah, it was 50 feet away.
50 feet away.
He'd have been gone.
From making it out of downtown.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone's always like, "Oh, Dallas, the city where JFK was gunned down," and never, "Oh, Dallas, the city that gave us both Wilson brothers."
That's
That's Owen and Luke.
Where's that banner in the
Oh,
city?
yeah, exactly.
But all the
Where are
banners
those
just-
X's?
They just
Were
say JFK was here, and I'm like, are we celebrating this? I mean,
I
shouldn't
got weirdly into an Owen Wilson.
Big things happen here. That's the motto
like,
of the city. It doesn't say good or bad things. Just
big things. Yeah.
big things.
Who's to say what?
Like conspiracies to murder a president? Big things happen.
I got into a deep hole about Owen Wilson for some reason. Just dicking around on social media, we get like a doom scroll.
Yeah.
And apparently he has children with different women, and one of them he like won't see because I think she like cheated on him right before. And so they got like paternity tests, and they were like, "Oh, well, it is your kid." And he went, "Well,
Already mad about it.
still not gonna see it."
Yeah.
She's getting older now, and
You
it's a
think you
cute
could tell
kid.
by the nose?
that he is not afraid to stop an argument?
No, that it was his kid.
Oh, well, his nose has been broken. That's
okay.
Yeah, that's a deformity, not a not a feature.
I thought he
That's
just
a
looked
bug,
like that.
not a feature.
I thought he just looked like that this whole time.
no, that's his face.
Wow.
But what's our
St. Mark's.
Did you go to St. Mark's? St. Mark's Catholic high school, private school boys, the Wilsons. But so our third funny topic for Thanksgiving is Ragamuffin
Wait, no,
Day.
I have
we're
one
not
more.
done?
I have one more detail I need to add. No,
Okay.
two more details I need to add about the raccoon thing. I had forgotten.
Okay.
Reuben, all right, escaped forever. And then
Escaped forever.
And Grace Coolidge said Rebecca had lived alone. She said she thought that Rebecca had bullied Reuben, and Reuben was like, "That's why Reuben left." So she said Rebecca had lived alone and had her own way so long that I fear she was a little overbearing and dictatorial, perhaps reminding her spouse that he was living on her bounty. Afterward, Rebecca continued to live in single blessedness. Which I love, you know.
Yeah.
You go, yes, queen. That's what I say.
Well, they do say that for elderly couples when like the wife dies first.
Oh yeah.
He'll get remarried, or it's because I just need someone to take care of me. I'm sorry. And when the husband
I
dies
thought you were gonna
first,
say die really soon, like right soon after.
but then when the husband dies, the ladies a lot of times don't get remarried because they're like, fucking finally.
That's the new thing I've been writing about is like about my grandpa whenever he died. And I was like, the setup's kind of like how I think like women like to have us around, but they don't love us. You know, it's after my grandpa died, my grandmother, we were eating dinner, like I'm wearing my funeral suit. And my grandma just goes, yeah, it sucks your grandpa's gone, but it's going to be nice to not have to cook so much. And I was like, who is this for? You know?
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
And she literally
they don't
goes,
get remarried a lot.
And then she goes, I don't know who's going to mow the lawn. And she kind of said it looking at me in a way that implies like, now you have to mow. I'm like, I'm still in the funeral suit. You know?
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow afternoon?
Don't know who's gonna, yeah. She's actually revving a lawnmower and looking at you.
I already hit the primer a few times, so that's
good.
It should
It'll pop
the gas
first time.
It should crank.
Yeah.
How good are y'all at starting a lawnmower? I can start a lawnmower.
Oh, real good.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I have an electric one now, so
Yeah, they're all now they're all
little
cords and self-propelled. You know,
Yeah.
these people.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. I am impressed by these newfangled lawnmowers. That's another subject for another time, but I'm impressed by all of them. What about the ones that are like outdoor
single
Roombas? Have you seen those? They just go in your backyard.
They got Roomba
That's
vacuums?
fucking
Or
crazy.
They got Roomba mowers?
Yeah. That's
Oh, man.
The future is here, man. Anyway, Rebecca Raccoon.
or anti-rider and anti-landscaper, where the robots are taking
That's
over.
right. That's right.
So your final detail on the raccoon.
Rebecca, no, second to last.
God damn it.
No. All right. Second. All right. I have a sad one and a funny one.
Okay.
All right. Rebecca was donated to the Rock Creek Park Zoo in 1928 to live out her days after Coolidge's term. But she was like used to, having her own shit at the White House. And so she was intolerant of other wild animals and had a refined palate. She quickly grew ill and died. So that's the end of Rebecca Raccoon. Now, as for the funny one, remember the tree, Rebecca?
Let it settle for a minute, Scott.
Yeah, let us live in this.
I'm
Let us
trying-
live in this for a second.
I'm trying to lift your spirits after crushing them.
Most of our
with
podcasts,
Rebecca's
humans
death.
die.
I was going to invite her on the podcast next week.
Humans commit suicide at the end of most of our podcasts, and
could
then
just
animals die sadly alone.
Yeah, they do.
We could just
Shout out the bear that was in the war.
Wojtek.
Wojtek, yeah. Shout out Wojtek.
All right, so remember the tree Rebecca lived in?
Yes.
Her tree at the White House? Rebecca's dead, remember, but her tree is still there.
Yeah.
And Herbert Hoover moves into the White House. Soon thereafter, a wild opossum moved into Rebecca's vacant tree house and was adopted by the Hoovers and named Billy Possum.
Like he just like a shooting star shoots
Why
across.
were there so many more critters in the White House
I know.
back in the... Like, why were there...
Better times.
And they cared
Better
for them.
times.
That's sweet.
I mean,
You know?
a depression was coming, but they had way funnier critters in White House
Yeah.
trees having a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just had to tell y'all about Rebecca the raccoon
Thank
that
you.
we all loved dying.
Yeah.
Rebecca,
we can
Reuben,
go.
and Billy the Possum.
We can go back to
Rest in peace.
Shout out Rebecca.
So our last one is Ragamuffin Day,
Tell me about
Ragamuffin
which
Day.
used to
like
be
Ragnarok from the Thor
Thanks-
movies.
like who?
very
Ragnarok?
different.
Very different. Okay.
Isn't Ragnarok's like the end times?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that
in
was
Norse myth.
Thor and stuff.
Yeah, it's the end of the place they live. Valhalla.
Valhalla.
No, that's heaven.
Yeah, Valhalla.
For warriors.
For warriors.
We aren't very versed on our Norse mythology, everybody. But Ragamuffin Day was like the precursor to Thanksgiving, and it was kind of like Halloween, where children used to dress up like hobos and like vagrants, which was funny. And
Very
then
funny.
like knock on doors asking for pennies and candy. And so that was
And they'd say anything for Thanksgiving, which is what the fuck is that? You know, like, compared to trick or
'cause
treat,
they're
what
trying
a
to-
pile of shit.
Yeah.
You know,
It's so
Have
easy to
some
rhyme.
Fucking catchiness.
Did this come out
about
of the
it.
Great Depression, or was this?
I already hate these
so
ragamuffins.
this came way before. This came from
okay.
like Europe. And then the Great Depression kind of killed it because everyone was like, you think we got fucking pennies and hard candies just laying around right now?
You think this is funny?
You think this is fun for us? Anything for
and
Thanksgiving?
We're all ragamuffins now.
Yeah, when the costume quit not looking like everyone else, there's like, we should stop this.
And really, it sounds to me like reading a few things. Like I read a thing about it on the New York Public Library website, and it mostly sounds like it went away just because people found it annoying as shit. Like the adults were like, "We fucking hate these ragamuffins so much." William O'Shea, superintendent of schools at the time, sent a circular. This is in like 1936, I think, to district superintendents and principals, which stated modernity is incompatible with the custom of children to masquerade and annoy adults on Thanksgiving Day. Many citizens complain that on Thanksgiving Day they are annoyed by children dressed as ragamuffins who beg for money and gifts. I like how he says many citizens, and it's clearly him. Like
I've heard this all over the place.
So they did this on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying as fuck. You know, we're trying to take a nap. When is a nap not more sanctioned?
This was back
on...
before the Cowboys were on.
Yeah, that's true. Now with the Cowboys on, you know.
That's sanctioned nap time.
Yeah.
You watch the first quarter like a gentleman.
Oh, isn't it so nice when the Cowboys put it away by half?
For me, that's the Cowboys. Their Thanksgiving, since I've been alive, their Thanksgiving games have been a real mixed bag. There have been some great ones, and there have been some like real horribly enraging losses, like the time that they passed on Randy Moss, and then Randy Moss fucking destroyed them single-handedly. You remember that? That was Thanksgiving, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got out of jail on the day that Tony Romo threw 5 touchdowns. I still remember.
There you go.
Watched it with my grandparents who were not happy.
But Tony had a good game.
Yeah, Tony had a great
Thank God.
game.
If he had a bad game,
it really lightened the mood in the house. It really on the day you get out of jail, like you need Tony Romo to throw 5 touchdowns.
Come on, Tony.
Yeah, come on, Tony.
Do this for me, man. But my favorite Thanksgiving, it was a Thanksgiving game, but it was the Vikings-Lions. And I didn't expect the NFL to make a joke like this so quickly and so well. Aretha Franklin sang the national anthem, and she took her sweet-ass time. It's Aretha Franklin. You're not going to tell her to, hey, tighten it up, Aretha.
Yeah.
Like,
she's clearly not in a hurry.
Yeah, she's going to do what she's going to do, and it's going to be great. But she took like 3 or 4 minutes to sing it, like a very long time for the national anthem. And they had, after the first quarter, time of possession, a graphic. And they had the Vikings, the Lions, and Aretha Franklin. It was 7 minutes, 8 minutes, and like 3 minutes, 11 seconds. And it was a graphic on the TV, and I was like, hell yeah. That's some guy back in the booth.
Bit. That's a good bit.
Aretha knows about ball control. You gotta
Aretha had great ball control that day, yeah.
best defense is keeping their asses on the sideline.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
She knows that. She's not the queen of soul for nothing, you know? She knows about time of possession.
But so Ragamuffin Day was kind of killed by the Macy's Day Parade as well.
Yeah, that's right. So aside from the annoyance, it was a rise of... And a big thing of Thanksgiving Day parades was like the urge to get these kids something less annoying to do. So they were like, hey, let's have it. And then, the Macy's one was the god of all parades. So that effectively like really killed Ragamuffin
And
Day.
they were smaller and smaller, but they had the last Ragamuffin Parade in New York City in 1956.
Yeah, in the outer boroughs.
Yeah.
In the outer boroughs, they kept celebrating it. I think Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, hometown of fucking what's her name from Mad Men. You know who I'm talking about.
No.
You know the one. Peggy Olson.
Big titties.
I thought of it. No, different one.
Oh.
Peggy Olson. Her pal, Peggy Olson.
Okay.
Different one. That's Joan. Joan, we love Joan as well.
Another famous show I have not seen is Mad Men.
It's so good, man.
Yeah.
It's the best. And it's nice to sleep to. Lots of quiet stretches, office sound. No, you got to watch it like super intently, and then it's a good show to sleep
I do
to.
understand the background noise thing of like, I will listen to, because I'm an idiot, like a real intellectual podcast. Like scientists discussing something or doctors talking in depth about something.
Astronomy documentaries to sleep to.
But so I always have like headphones in with like a podcast I don't want to listen to on there.
That's how you go to sleep?
Yeah.
Huh?
Just I like having background noise on.
For me, 6 vodka waters. Gotta just every night I just gotta tilt my head up, and then personally to myself I just go fucking go to sleep.
Brought to you by alcoholism. This episode is brought to you by alcoholism. Seek the treatment you need. You have communities around you to support you. So
Or
utilize
come
them.
hang out with me. Or
go
go
to
to the bar. Austin Avenue, Backdoor Comedy Club tonight.
I'll be at Backdoor as well.
You guys have good
too.
shows? You guys got good... Oh, we're all at Backdoor tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great reason to have a drink.
Yeah, there you go. Celebrate.
What isn't though?
But so that
I know that.
that concludes our historical Thanksgiving things.
Yeah. Hey, don't steal ragamuffin valor. I think that's a lesson I learned.
Yeah.
It's wrong. You don't get. You know, that's the real victim in all this is the real ragamuffins.
I hate that now every
who are
time I
out there
Yeah.
annoying people every day.
I do like the more upfront making fun of hobos. Of just like dress up like those stupid hobos begging
Hey,
for
as
money.
someone who's been homeless in the last 3 years, like,
Yeah.
you know.
I love
You lived in a car. You weren't panhandling.
It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty nice. Yeah, living in a Chevrolet Spark.
Yeah.
That
Good
was
new car.
Yeah.
You made it out. You're fine.
That's true. That's true.
But what are
Yeah,
y'all
they're
think?
doing this like right after the Depression, which
Yeah.
is insane. And also through the Depression, which that must have been confusing, telling the real ragamuffins apart from the
children
from the
ragamuffins.
fun ragamuffins.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to give my money to a real ragamuffin.
No.
You know, I can't be just regular charitable. I only have enough to give to the
Thank you, Scott. What are y'all's plans for Thanksgiving this year?
ragamuffins. I'm gonna eat with my family.
Nice.
Some turkey.
Y'all do like a
stuffing.
Y'all have a historical one, a Thanksgiving that's been going for a while.
Yeah, it's really we just get together. My mom and sisters we get together. They both of my mom's sisters also live in Dallas, so
Nice.
it's easy.
Sounds
and fun.
Lawrence, let's go to the den of
Good,
sadness
clean
and
fun.
ask you about
I was
your
thinking about it. I was thinking about it on the drive here about how last year, whenever I told you guys about my Thanksgiving, how bummed out it made everybody. And it's
Yeah.
like, I didn't realize how much of a bummer it was until I said it out loud to you guys. And then you guys pointed out that was really sad. This year, both my roommates are leaving town again.
Good.
That's not good. And then, I have no idea. Maybe I'll see the kid. I'm going to eat another slice of Quick Trip pizza on the couch watching the Cowboys.
Why not a better kind of pizza?
Yeah, order some
Well, it's
Domino's.
Thanksgiving. They're closed.
Well, there's places you can order from.
Yeah, maybe I'll go to Whataburger or something.
There you go. Treat yourself.
I realized recently I've been keeping track of time based on what seasonal burger Whataburger has. I'm like, oh man, it's almost A1 Thick and Hearty season.
Well, so my
fucking better, dude.
my Thanksgiving, I will be in multiple venues, surrounded by a large community of loved ones.
Hell yeah!
I think I'm actually working on Thanksgiving Day, so it'll be at the fire station, which is always a blast. 'Cause it's like you have way less responsibility. Like you just make the runs, and then everyone's family comes up, and everyone cooks, and it's just fun.
Nice.
What happens if somebody needs you while you're doing that?
You go. You just go do it.
Then you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we still make
They
the
can
runs.
wait.
I thought you were just like take the phone off the hook. We're cooking over here.
You don't shut it down.
Oh, okay.
On
All right.
holidays.
I don't know.
You just pick it up and go. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But there is sometimes if like you're on a busier apparatus and like a guy has his whole family there, like you'll jump on his thing for him.
Oh, okay.
So he can hang out
Well,
if you
that's
don't
nice.
have family
That's
there.
nice of
So
you.
you just kind of take care of everybody. And then the day after, I think we're doing my wife's family going over there and hanging out because it's her mom's birthday as well. And the day after that, we're doing my family because one of my other brothers is also a fireman. So like all our holidays are very dependent on our schedules. We're just like, I used to do shit a couple days after, a couple days before, and it works out.
macaroni and cheese, baby.
What's your highlight Thanksgiving food?
Man, stuffing.
Stuffing? That's what I
Yeah.
signed up to make for the fire station. Stuffing.
fucking love
Stuffing. I used to love like honey glazed ham.
Honey glazed ham superior to turkey.
Oh, way. So, like we always had ham next
turkey
to the
sucks.
turkey.
I don't know if
Oh,
this
I
is
love
turkey
turkey.
tastes like nothing.
I'm so bummed that y'all have never been around someone who knows how to make turkey right. That's a fucking bummer.
No, you make it.
It absolutely has
Juicy,
flavor
well
if you make
cooked.
it right.
You season it.
It's fine on a sandwich, but like
Yeah.
I don't like it like just as like
I
by
think
itself.
turkey by itself is fine. However, turkey sitting next to a honey glazed ham.
I'm going
when you
ham.
realize what you could have.
Yeah.
Ham is good, but it's I've never had it as a Thanksgiving meal.
Big,
but it is
thick
like
ham.
one of my favorite meats of all time.
So if
Like,
you
it's
put it next to a
fucking
bullshit
good.
ass turkey, you'd see a ham and be like, ooh, ham.
Turkey is bullshit
Nah, I
next to
still
ham.
fucking love turkey.
Canned cranberry.
Turkey
I'm a
with
fan.
stuffing.
You don't like canned cranberry
No.
stuff? That comes out with
No,
the
that's
can
good.
rings
I
on
like
it.
all the stuff. I think I
Yeah.
like all the Thanksgiving.
My
foods.
favorite thing is green bean casserole.
If it's got
Ooh,
like the
love green
breading on
bean
the top, like
casserole.
I like heavy breading.
Yeah, I just want like the off the back of the can recipe with the fries, onions, and
Yeah, like I want
French's fried
I want
onions.
a lot of the bad stuff though.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
lots of cheese. Like I don't want to barely see a green bean.
deviled eggs.
But it's there.
I worked for a guy so he could go out of town last Thanksgiving. So I was at the fire station with a different shift, and I think I ate probably 14 deviled eggs.
Yeah,
I kind of was a little sluggish
And
afterwards.
Scott and I need to make a decision right now, but I think I know what the answer is.
I have deviled
yeah.
eggs.
What's
on
the decision?
Easter.
Scott and I were invited to go see Jim Jeffries tonight for free at the Majestic Theater, and we haven't decided if we're going.
Go. It's Jim
But
Jeffries.
But
He's
we're going
awesome.
to back door.
Go see Jim Jeffries. You got free tickets.
Yeah, it sounds like the decision was already made because we said we were going to backdoor. You know,
See, Scott doesn't want to go.
Why don't you want to go? Talk to me.
I just want to do stand up.
Yeah, I want to
Can
do
you
stand
do
up.
what time's the show start?
I looked at. I think it's like it said like 7 to 9, which is like too long.
7 to
Yeah.
9.
Plus,
You know what
leave,
scared me
leave
off of
20
it?
minutes early. And
You know what scared me off of it is the idea is Amos told me we were invited because the opener.
Yeah.
We worked with him, and that sometimes Jim will do like 2 hours.
yeah, I love Jim Jeffries, and I saw him one time. And
Yeah, I do
he did
too.
like an
He's
hour 40.
awesome.
But because you'll be in like the back of a comedy club for a guy you're opening for, and it's not going well, and he's like, I'm going to end on a high note, and he'll do like an hour 30, and it's like you're like nervously sitting on your hands, just like this has to end soon.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing Jim Jeffries. I had to like use the bathroom, and I was like, oh, I don't want to like go to the bathroom. And so I looked at my phone, and he'd been on for like an hour 15, and I was like, oh, it feels like he's been on stage for 30 minutes. Like it was just super natural and conversational, and
Yeah.
like the time really flew.
Well,
It's a guy to see if you like telling stories as well.
yeah.
I've seen him probably 3 times now.
I love deviled eggs too. Really miss my grandma's deviled eggs. She's
so
dead
good.
now. She can't come on the podcast next week.
So,
But boy, we miss her.
but yeah, we can't end here.
Deviled eggs.
We can't let Lawrence end it like that.
I have an aunt that makes deviled eggs and she puts barbecue on top of them.
That's great.
How fun!
I love that.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it goes so hard.
Oh,
It
yeah.
goes
Wait.
so hard.
Like, what kind of barbecue?
Like brisket, like it's like a little
Oh,
sliced pieces of
shit.
brisket. She
Oh,
puts it on
yeah.
and then drizzles the barbecue sauce
Yeah.
over the deviled egg. Oh my
Nice.
god, they are fucking crazy.
yeah. That
Yeah, I have
sounds-
no traditionalism about deviled eggs. Make them funky. I'm in for it.
Yeah, no, they are.
Smoke 'em?
I've never seen anybody
Smoked
else do
deviled
that,
eggs?
and it is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know Lawrence is an outside dog, is that somebody putting barbecue sauce on an item and he went, revolutionary. She's the only lady out there putting barbecue sauce on deviled eggs.
I've never seen it before. I've never seen it before. You know what I mean? It's a European thing, maybe. I don't know. You know?
Yeah. You know, the French and their barbecue sauce. I like it. Okay. You got anything you want to say or promote?
Specials coming out in January. We just filmed all the B-roll Wednesday
Fuck
night. So
It
fucking
went great. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, check out Travis. I'm a fan of podcasts. Have you
I still
have
need
you
to
guys
do
been
that.
on it?
I need to do it.
I have.
Yeah,
I've
that was
backed
a lot
out
of
on
fun.
them like 3 times.
If you like Scott and I, and you think there's more to these guys, there's so much multitude, and I need to know more about who they are as people, you head over to the I'm a Fan of podcast network and check them out.
Travis can listen on social medias.
Yes, very good at what he does.
Yeah, we'll all be on Backdoor tonight. I'm doing it tomorrow, or they'll be at Jim Jeffries tonight. I'll be at Backdoor tomorrow as well. And Pete's show. I'm doing Pete's Dark Nights things at DCC.
okay.
So
He has not
nice.
asked me.
Yeah, I think this is like the second time he's done it.
Okay.
Figured I'd be a first ballot invitation. but whatever, you know, hey,
okay.
who's
All
counting?
right. I
Who's
mean, I don't
counting?
know who's darker. All right.
All right, that concludes our episode. of
Happy
Oddball
Thanksgiving.
History. Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
and to all a good night.
And all a good night. Bye.